Yeah, my name is Jeremy with Mayday Parade, and may the rock be with you.
Jeremy, welcome to May the Rock be with you, mate. Thank you for coming.
It's very nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
No worries at all. Now, we're of course here because you're headed back to Australia this November with those legends in All Time Low. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. Now, for someone who hasn't seen you guys live before, how would you typically describe a Mayday Parade show?
Well, if they are they familiar with the artist? Are they familiar with us? Just never seen us?
Nah, they're coming in blind.
I'm in blind. Okay, well, we are a pop rock band. I would say we lean heavier on the rock side. We bring a lot of energy. We try to run around the stage, try and make it a fun show to watch and fun show to listen to. We're a very tight band. We've rehearsed a long time for these songs, so played them over the years, so we're very good at doing it.
Excellent.
Hopefully it's a good show. Hopefully people have a good time. We are I would say we're family friendly music, as weird as that sounds, right? Like we don't have any cursing in our songs. We don't really curse on stage. Like it's a wholesome event. We you know, which kind of sounds weird saying that about a rock band, but I take pride in that. I like the fact that kids can listen to it and their parents can bring them. So,
I love that. I think that's
but it'll
lovely.
be a good show. A good
Yeah,
show.
I'm looking forward to it. Now, as the catalog grows, though, are you finding it hard to put a set list together these days?
It definitely gets harder, but there are always those songs that are the staple, the hit songs that people want to hear. And there's probably two or three on every record. So really, like even though the catalog's larger, the hit songs are what they want to hear, and that's pretty easy to identify.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Now, you have been to Australia a number of times over the years. Do you have a favorite memory of coming down here?
Mm, I think the first time we did Soundwave was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now, Soundwave's no more, right? Like that's long gone, but
Um,
it was a good time. It was a lot of fun, and they took care of their artists, so it was always a blast to do it. I think we did it twice, but it was always fun.
yeah, that's always good stuff. Now, new music. We had What Minutes Fall Apart in 2021. You guys have always worked on a 2 to 3 year cycle over albums, but we've had 3 songs drop in the meantime. And I have to ask about Miracle because it dropped last week. That's a great tune, man. Can you tell us a bit about that one?
Yeah, so that was the song our drummer wrote, and apparently, you know, as much as I would say that we are very open band with each other. Like we talk about things, but there's always things you don't want to talk about. So I guess this was his way of getting out some of those things that he couldn't talk about to us. So it speaks more to him. I can't really speak on it personally, but
Fair enough.
you know, I think it's a great song as well, though. So thank
Yeah,
you.
look, I'm a sucker for a big like power ballad, like a big ballad sort of thing. So I was very happy to hear that. It's very good.
Thank
Love
you
it.
very
Now,
much.
coming out of a record like What It Means to Fall Apart and the context and composition about that one when you put it together during COVID and the pandemic, do you feel you've addressed that side of life and it was like a cathartic experience when you put that one together?
It was cathartic. I mean, we were putting it together. It took us a few different trips into the studio because we were doing it as the pandemic started. Like I remember we were in the studio working on like the first three songs, and we were listening to the news saying, flights may get shut down. So we're like, we need to go home from Atlanta. Everybody fly out to their homes before the flights end up getting shut down. So then we waited, came back to the studio, worked on some other songs, finished the ones we had started, and kind of did that over and over until we finished the record. So, I don't know if it was cathartic or not, but I mean, it definitely was impactful and it definitely played a large part in the record process. So,
Nice. I'm actually flying off to Atlanta next Wednesday. It's going to be fun.
oh, really? What for?
Yeah. I'm coming over
So,
for the Marvelous 3 reunion shows that they're doing at the
oh,
Tabernacle.
very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Very
I
cool.
mean, I got them tattooed on my arm. I have to come. You know what I mean? Like, now you went independent on this last record. I guess with a sense of freedom now, how does it help you in terms of essentially working on your own time?
Um, even when we were with the label, they were really good about letting us do things on our own time for the most part. But the freedom we have though is being able to choose what I mean, I can't even say that because the label was really good about letting us choose what we wanted to put on the record too. So I guess if anything, we can choose how we put out the music, going the singles route versus doing the full record. We want to try things a little different. I explained on another interview earlier, but it's kind of nice doing the singles route and being able to show each song uh its deserved attention. and give each song love and really market one thing at a time for like
Mm.
a month or 2 months before you put out the next thing. It's been really nice to do that. And when you put out a full record, you don't really get that opportunity. You push the whole record, you push whatever the main single is, and then the later half of the record kind of falls off. No one really listens to it on their drive. You listen to the first six mainly if you're going somewhere. So this is kind of a nice way, and I think we might try and do that with our full record as well, but just do a single, if we did 12 songs, maybe do a single a month or something, and
Yeah, cool.
just really kind of push each song individually and give it the attention, that we want to give it as an artist.
Yeah, I know a lot of bands now are doing that sort of thing, but they're doing videos for each song as well sometimes now, which are
Mhm.
really showcasing each track rather than like you said, the first six tracks that people listen to.
Right.
It's
If
cool.
if we could afford that, I don't know how expensive that'll get to do a video for each song. I'm trying to tell the band to buy me a camera. That way I can
There you
record each one for them.
go.
So
Nice. Now, let's look back over your career because it can be very easy to say what can change over a certain amount of time, but what's the one thing that's always remained the same about the band?
we've always been friends. We grew up with each other, went to high school with each other, and we've always have each other's backs. And that's something I think a lot of bands lose along the way. It turns into politics. It turns into just, the politics of money, the
Hmm.
politics of who gets the most money. How do you
Yeah.
split things? We've always been everything split evenly amongst us. We do everything by majority vote so that, it's a democratic decision, and we don't take anything personally. So we can give critiques on, performances or whatever, and just understand that we're just all trying to make the band better. And I think that comes from being friends with each other, is how we can do that successfully without uh, causing any issues
Yeah, I
internally.
was going to say it's rare these days for a band to still be all the same guys over the longevity of the band. Like it's 18 years and you're still the same five guys, and that's really
Yeah.
cool. Like I think it's awesome. Now,
I find that really cool as well. Like being a part of it, I think it's very cool because we've seen, a lot of our contemporary artists that have gotten more popular than us or less popular. Either way, like seeing them come and go. Like
mm,
we're still here. We're still doing it with the same members and making it work. So,
yeah, and it certainly does. Now, what is on your list of things to do that you haven't yet done that you'd still love to?
mm, that's a good question. At some point, I'll probably skydive. I don't know when, but maybe when I'm older, because my wife doesn't want me to. But that would be something fun to do.
Yeah, fair enough. What about the band? Anything the band wants to
Oh,
do?
with the band, I thought you were talking about me personally. With the
No,
band,
usually that's why
let's
I like
see.
that.
There's an ever-growing list of things that we could do that we probably won't be able to. Like I would love to headline arenas, but we aren't an arena band, or
Mm,
for maybe it's more realistic that maybe we can get one song popular enough that we can somehow get it on mainstream radio long enough to say like be a one hit wonder. I don't think we are a one hit wonder, but if you
yeah.
only have one successful song at radio, years later people be like, that's the one hit wonder band. But maybe we can be the one hit wonder band, still doing well amongst our peers and with our fans, but just having one song on the radio that really kills it.
Yeah, I like that. It's always good to have goals. Look forward to that
I mean,
sort
you
of thing.
get start somewhere. I
Yeah,
don't want to be the one hit wonder
yeah.
band. I want to be more than that, but you can start there,
Two-hit wonder. Yes, like let's
You
do
don't
it.
want- I'll
Now,
take it.
I always like asking the question that I wish I wrote it. Like, so is there one song in the world that you wish you'd written, and what would that be and why?
Mm, let's see. What's that killer song? What
Mr.
is the killer
Brightside?
song? Mr. Brightside. I was just reading that's like the most listened to or
Mm,
most played song out of the UK or Europe or something like that. And that song gets covered so much that it's got to be, a universal song that people enjoy,
yeah.
across the nations. And so that'd be one that I think would be a great song that we would record. That would be our one hit, the one hit wonder. That would be our song.
Hey, there you go. That's a great tune, though. I love that one. Now, I just got a press release the other day. You're reissuing Monsters in the Closet on about 84 different colored vinyls, which looks amazing, by the way. Like, Going back to that album, what do you remember about 10 years ago releasing it?
I remember that we were very excited, and I don't think it went over as well as we wanted it to. That could have been marketing, that could have been just fan reception. We also try to make it a little bit more raw than our past record because we were really into being a rock band. So we're like, let's not auto tune the vocal, don't touch the guitars, don't chop it up and align it to the grid, like let it be raw. And that probably played a part in why people didn't like it as much as well. But now when I read people talking about it, they're like, oh, that's one of their better records. I'm like, well, that's kind of how it always goes. It takes like 5 years, and then people really get into the record you put out 5 years after. So
Yeah. Well, they look pretty. There's the red and the yellow and the green and the blue, and I think they look really
well,
nice.
I
So
appreciate it. Yeah.
it's going to be good. Now, lastly, let's look ahead to the future with a prediction. I do this with everybody. So I want you to finish this sentence for me. No, let's not do 2023. Let's do 24. In 2024, Mayday Parade
Will play a lot of shows the first half of the year and then take a nice, well-deserved break the second half of the year.
Okay. And
I'm
when is this?
manifesting that into existence right now because
Yeah, what about album? When's that coming? When's that happening?
that'll probably come out. Yeah, let's see. I'll say that we are going to start recording next year in March for the record. We'll probably do some in March. We'll probably do a little bit more around August or September, maybe finish it around then. So it probably will come out maybe February of 2024.
Okay. All right. Looking forward to that. We'll see what happens. But for now, we're
So,
looking forward to seeing you in Australia with All Time Low. It's going to be a good time.
well, I appreciate it. We're really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Jeremy, thank you so much for your time, mate. I can't wait to see you in Sydney. I land the day before your show, so I'm going to get off the plane on Tuesday, come to the show on Wednesday.
Awesome. Hey, maybe we'll run into each other. So
I'll see you there. Thanks, mate. Have a good
I
one.
appreciate it. Thank you.
See you, buddy. Bye.